What would you do if you won the lottery? In this video lesson, I've invited Halima from Blackboard English to talk to us a little bit about what she would do if she won the lottery. Friends, this natural conversation between me and Halima will help you better understand how to use conditionals when speaking in English. To begin with, you will hear the natural conversation between Halima and me, and together we'll analyze 4 sentences used in the natural conversation so that you can understand why that conditional was used in that sentence. Friends, before we begin this video lesson, I would love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below this video what you would do if you won the lottery. Would you travel around the world? Would you spend all that money? Would you donate to charity? What would you do if you won the lottery? Friends, this lesson is brought to you by Using English TP. Using English TP is an online classroom and community connecting English learners from around the world. Through weekly lesson sets, which Using English TP members receive every Monday, they are improving their grammar skills, they are improving their vocabulary, and most importantly, they are improving their spoken English. They are forced to think, speak in English on a consistent basis. If you are frustrated and stuck, head over to usingenglishTP.com today to enroll and to join our private online community. Back on topic, and let's hear what Halima would do if she won the lottery. While you're listening to this conversation, please pay attention to the conditionals being used and how they are being used. Halima, what would you do if you won the lottery?
If I won the lottery, I think I would donate a big chunk of it to help other people. Just because I think about if I win something, I mean something's good's happened to me, so I'd like to share that with somebody else. That's the first thing. The second thing is I would travel. I would travel and visit all the countries that I can with the money. It depends on how much I would win, actually.
I was just going to say, I didn't tell you how much you would win, and you're already making all these big plans. Well, if you won the lottery, maybe we should define it. How much would you like to win?
Like $1 billion.
$1 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money.
That way I can, I like teaching and I like helping people. So if I could do that and not worry about money and just do it from all the different parts of the world, that would make me happy. Like worrying about money makes things a little bit difficult. So and not being able to travel because of how expensive it is. So having the money would give me access to travel, which is something that's very important to me.
Okay, but you say travel, when you, different people travel differently. So, I mean, some people like to go backpacking, some people like to cruise the world. I've been talking about my husband going on a river cruise throughout Europe. This is something I'd love to do. But when you say traveling, how would you travel? Would you just hop on and not hop off flights, or?
I would I'd probably do it in style if I had that much money. So I mean, I don't mind the struggle part of traveling, so hiking, going on top of mountains, but when it comes to like the hardship part, I feel like it's unnecessary to stay for example, in a hostel full of like 20 other people. I mean, why not just stay in like the best hotel in the city or country that I'm visiting, and have room service and let them take care of you, When I went to India, I stayed at Kempinski. It's not there anymore, but they brought breakfast in the room and they had amazing views. And that's my idea of a holiday, having the luxury part, also like combining it with a little bit of hardship, which includes actually going in and seeing everything.
Oh, wow. Interesting. But how would you combine your donation and giving back, you mentioned at the beginning, with your luxury lifestyle? It seems that you'd be pretty busy enjoying yourself.
Yeah, and but at the same time, like the countries that I visit, I always find people that I need. So, like, say for example, when I went to India, I saw a lot of poor people and a lot of children that had no education. So, I would love to provide kids with no education, education that they can use to better themselves, because I think that's the way forward. Having giving somebody giving children education just opens up so many doors for them. So I would definitely use the money, the hypothetical money that you're giving me.
I'm not giving it to you. You're playing the lottery, so you're technically gambling on this one.
So yeah, like I would definitely use that money to help educate as many children as I can.
Would you tell anyone that you won the lottery?
Probably my family. I would
Mhm.
tell my family, give them things that they needed as well.
Mhm.
So maybe pay their mortgage or the bills that they needed, buy my dad a new car. So like cover all the expenses that they needed and get them living in a comfortable lifestyle too. Because um, I believe that the people around you should be so if the people around you are struggling and then you go off and like help other people, I feel like that it doesn't help people around the world. First you have to like look around you, like check out your neighbor, see who's struggling around you before you can actually like go outside of that. So like I would help my family first, like the people that are I have family in Kenya, so they're all like, there's a lot of people struggling there. So I would help them first, and then start like maybe building schools around the world where I visit and like take time off and enjoy the scenery, and then visit my schools all over the world.
Oh, wow. So a little bit of work and pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just have pleasure. You need both, in my opinion.
Ah, but do you think you would be a happier person? Do you think your life would be fulfilled if you won the lottery? $1 billion. I was thinking maybe you'd say 1 million or 2 million, but okay, you've gone in the billions. Would you be happier than you are today or yesterday than you were
I don't think I would be happier now, because I don't really I don't like give a lot of emphasis to money. I don't feel like in my opinion it has a lot of value. Like it's just a means to an end for me. And so it's not always something that I strive to have. Like money is not something that I see a lot of people kind of get controlled by money, and that's what they're like running for and or aiming for. But for me, I'm not motivated by money at all. So if I did get it, yes, great, like I would be able to like do a lot more things. But at the same time,
We've got some background noise, but at the same time.
yeah, at the same time, it would not define my happiness. Definitely not. It's not something that um, makes me happy. Like if it's just paper and what, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have much value in my opinion. It's just a means to an end, and I feel like um, people should look at money in this way, because a lot of people are controlled by money and they feel like if they get money, money will make them happy.
Friends, if you struggle to understand and follow the conversation, turn on subtitles and listen to the conversation again. Now, you would have noticed that many conditionals were being used. Let's go through 4 sentences which came up together. In the conversation, Halima said, "If I won the lottery, I would donate a big chunk of it to help other people." Friends, here in this sentence, we can see that the second conditional is being used. Remember that we use the second conditional to talk about things in the future that are probably not going to happen. It would be fantastic for Halima to win the lottery and to be able to help other people. But in this situation, it's an imaginary situation. We're using the second conditional because we're talking about hopes and dreams. The chances of her winning the lottery, unfortunately, are not high. In the conversation, Halima also said, I'd probably do it in style if I had that much money. Careful here, I'd is a contraction of I would. It's more natural to say I'd when we're speaking in English. And again here, the second condition is being used. Here the second conditional is being used again because we're talking about an imaginary situation. This sentence also differs from the first example as the inverted structure is being used. Here the if clause is being used in the second part of the sentence. Here the sentence needs to be separated with a comma. In the conversation, Halima also said, and they feel like if they get money, money will make them happy. Now in this sentence, the first conditional is being used. Of course, we can't know what will happen if somebody will win the lottery, but here in this sentence, if they get money, money will make them happy. We're talking about a fact. So if they get money, they will be happy. Remember those previous lessons we had on the conditionals? For example, if you touch fire, you get burnt. Here, a similar situation, a similar condition is being used. So if you get money, you will be happy. Now, analysing the fourth sentence, I'd like to do it together. Have a look at this sentence here. If I did get it, I'd be able to do a lot of things. What conditional do you think is being used in this sentence? Tell me in the comments below this video. Friends, as you can see, if you're talking about winning the lottery, you have to be using conditionals. This video lesson is only one section of the lesson materials Using English TP members have received. If you would like to speak English fluently and continue learning with us in our virtual classroom and community, head over to usingenglishTP.com and start learning with us today.